Colton and the point after, two different accounts there on Twitter. They hit us up. One of them said, what if Arch Manning is as good or better than most people think he is? And then the other one said, what if Arch just isn't the guy? See, this is the spirit of what if season. That's beautiful. Well done, guys. We didn't have to orchestrate that or anything. So, Arch Manning could be the most important player in the country this year. If you think about the scalability of Texas, if he's great. If you think about what kind of crash and burn story Texas would be if he's not great, because national championship contention is expected from Texas. So it's not a middle-of-the-road team. It's not like we're talking about a team you expect 7-5 from, and if the quarterback's bad, oh well, we didn't expect much from them anyway. You expect Texas to be in it. They are, I think, in the top 3 of the FanDuel odds right now. So everything was intentional with Arch Manning. This is the way I think about him right now, how I think the story will be told about him if he's successful. Let's go with glass half full. If he's successful, think about how the story's played out. He was intentional with everything that he did. Now, he can be. Arch Manning doesn't have to fill in the blank. He doesn't have to start right away. He doesn't have to make a ton of money in NIL. He didn't have to do anything. So he could afford to be intentional. He could afford to go sit behind Quinn Ewers for maybe 1 year, as it turns out 2 years, but still be ready when his number's called. And it's already been called. He's played a little bit, but he's been ready and he'll be ready, presumably. Okay, so the baseline, because the question there in the what if was, what if he's as good or better than people think he'll be? Well, what do people think? That's kind of like saying, what if he's underrated? Well, what's he rated? FanDuel's got him number 1 in the Heisman odds right now. No big deal, right? Texas, whomst he'll be the quarterback of, is in top 3 in the overall team odds to win the national title, depending on where you look. We use FanDuel in these parts. I think they're tied for second right now. So if that's the expectation, Heisman favorite, favorite to make the Final Four / national title game, and he's better than that, well, they're going to win a national championship in all likelihood. And if they don't, what you're probably looking at is you're probably looking at kind of a Georgia 2024 vibe where the quarterback is not necessarily surrounded with highly functioning parts. Maybe the defense falls off a little bit. Maybe their running game's not great, but they're still plenty good enough in totality just because the quarterback's good. Now, in this scenario, Arch would be better than Carson Beck was last year, but you get my point there. But I would imagine Texas just wins the national title if he's better than people expect. However, in the true spirit of what if, there's a negative side. There's a side where everything crashes and burns, and that is the second one, which was, what if Arch just isn't the guy? Well, if he's not the guy, remember what Texas needs him to be. Remember the guy Texas needs him to be. They don't need Jaden Daniels 2.0 from a few years ago. They don't need even him to be like Cam Ward was for Miami last year. It's just not the way they've built the program. They're gonna recruit and start really high-profile quarterbacks, just like Ohio State tries to, but these places are not quarterback-centric. And so, if he's not even that guy, like if he's not even able to do what J.J. McCarthy was a couple of years ago, what Will Howard did last year, what Stetson Bennett did for Georgia, if he's not even able to play at that level, let me cut in really quick and ask, look, prayer hands, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you think you're subscribed, check and make sure. Over 50% of you aren't. It's free, it doesn't sign you up for anything, and it helps us keep the show free, college football year-round, the way God intended it. All right, back to the clip. It's either because he was hurt or because truly it's one of the bigger busts in the modern era. And remember, when we talk about bust around here, that's on us more than it is on the player, because if he's not hurt and he just flat out isn't that good, it's hard to imagine that. But if he's just flat out not that good, well, that means he was overrated, right? Well, what was he rated? And who rated him? People other than Arch Manning rated him. So that would mean a cold, hard look in the mirror for a lot of people out here. Most likely, I think falls somewhere in between there. Most likely, he flashes, but he's inconsistent. If he falls short of expectation, let's just say we go glass half empty, or all the way empty in this case. I have a hard time believing he's just terrible. That's not going to happen. So if it is the case that Texas underachieves this year and Arch Manning underachieves, what you've probably seen is a few wow moments, but with too much inconsistency and mistakes and mistake-prone play mixed in there. And Texas loses a few games, loses 3 or 4 games even, because of poor decision making and inconsistent play and turnovers. And I could see that. But again, it's his third year there. You know, so I don't even expect, I think he's going to be really good. I think Texas will be really good this year. And if they're not, it'll probably be because of that. But it's a good what if.